It is 1 p.m. in Athens. It's 4 a.m. in Roswell, New Mexico. I'm Monita Rajpal. This is World One, live from London. She's possibly the Greek people's least favorite politician right now, and she's about to pay a visit. The German Chancellor Angela Merkel is flying to Athens for the first time since the Eurozone crisis erupted. Greek authorities are preparing for local people to give Mrs. Merkel a hostile reception. Thousands of extra police are on the streets, and parts of the capital have been shut down now, and Germany as well. CNN's Matthew Chance is in Greece for us, and we also have Diana Magne in Berlin. Matthew, let's begin with you first. Set the scene for us.
Well, hundreds of people, if not thousands, Monita, have already gathered in this central Syntagma Square in the
Matthew, thank you for that. Matthew Chance there. That's the view from Athens. Let's get you the view now from Berlin and CNN's Diana Magne. Diana, this is a 6-hour visit, as we heard there from Matthew Chance. It's a hostile reception that she's going to get, but she's been saying sacrifices have had to be made. I want to see what newspapers in the region are saying about this. Let's begin in Greece with the English edition of Bikatamirini, and the headline is simply, "No miracles." It's a comment piece that says the Chancellor is clearly caught in the middle between enraged Greeks and skeptical Germans. Merkel's visit will surely bring some stability in terms of Greece's position in the Eurozone, but we should not expect any miracles. Britain's Guardian has a guest editorial by Alexis Tsipras. He's the president of the Greek opposition party Syriza. This is the headline there, "Our message to Merkel." He goes on to say, this has to stop now. Europe needs a new plan to deepen European integration. Such a plan must challenge neoliberalism and lead European economies back to recovery. It should prioritize the needs of workers, pensioners, and the unemployed, not the interests of multinational companies and bankrupt bankers. Well, on that note, talking of bankers, 2 senior managers at the giant Swiss bank at UBS have written an opinion piece for the Wall Street Journal. It is headed, Euro leaders retreat is not an option. And they go on to say, without bolder action to restore growth and competitiveness, Europe will continue to stumble into ambushes. As Robert Schuman, one of the founding fathers of European integration, said in 1948, Europe must unite to survive. The world's rather tentative economic recovery appears to be running out of steam. That's according to the International Monetary Fund. IMF experts say the global economy will grow only 3.3% this year. That's the slowest since the 2009 recession. Economists behind those new estimates say the reality could be even worse if U.S. and European politicians fail to stabilize their respective economies. Andrew Stevens joins us now from Tokyo, where the IMF and World Bank are holding their annual meetings. He joins us now live. Andrew.
Okay, come stand by.
Yes, that's right, Monita. There is certainly a feeling within the IMF that...
Thank you for that. Andrew Stevens there in Tokyo. You're watching World One, live from London. Welcome back. Islamist militants claim to have struck at the heart of Syrian government intelligence. A Syrian-based extremist group says it carried out a bomb attack at a branch of the Air Force intelligence on the edge of the capital, Damascus. Well, you could call it fiddling while Damascus burns, while Syria sinks deeper into a bloodbath. An official newspaper says Syrian beaches are still ideal for holidaymakers. In an article touting the beauty of the Syrian coastline, the Syria Times says the landscape and historic richness of the region will enchant visitors. You're watching World One, live from London. A group of anti-war protesters from the U.S. have traveled halfway across the world to join a march in Pakistan against U.S. drone strikes. Drones are unmanned aircraft that the Pentagon uses to try and hunt down and kill. From Islamabad is Barbara Brave. Barbara, thank you very much for joining us there. Give us a little bit of an idea, what exactly is Code Pink and why you're in Islamabad?
Well, Code Pink is an organization, Women in Peace, Women for Peace.
All right, Barbara, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate that. Barbara Briggs-Lefson there joining us from Islamabad. You're watching World One, live from London. Let's switch gears now, shall we? Well, weather permitting, in just a few hours, Felix Baumgartner will step into the unknown. It's a death-defying free fall from the edge of space, 37 kilometers above the American desert. Brian, there are quite a few unknowns in this mission. For example, we don't know what kind of impact this jump will have on his body. What are some of the risks that people are talking about?
quite a few risks involved in this because no one's ever jumped from that high.
Well, we wish him well and much success. Brian, thank you very much for getting up super early for us to cover the story for us live. Brian Todd there in Roswell, New Mexico.
Monita.
So, of course, we want to know what the weather in Roswell, New Mexico is today. Meteorologist Mara Ramos is at the World Weather Center. And Mara, we heard there from Brian that so far weather conditions are pretty good.
So far they are. I've seen the winds, Monita, anywhere between right at zero. Right. Question is, where will he land? Back to you.
Yeah, that is the next question. All right, Mari, thank you very much for keeping an eye on that for us. You're watching World One live from London. It's a nervous time of year for baseball fans with the playoffs underway and a place in the World Series at stake. Oh my. Alex Thomas is here with that.
Yes, and let me start by telling you about the title race in the National League Division Series between two teams with very different histories. And much more in world sport in just over 5 hours' time, Anita.
All right, thanks very much for that, Alex, and we'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. Every year, thousands of young men and women in India have marriages arranged for them by their parents, but couples who want to marry for love often face big risks, rejection from their families, or in the worst cases, even murder. So an underground group of helpers has come together to try to offer a hand to couples who've run away from disapproving families. They're called Love Commandos. CNN's Samima Udas has been finding out more. In this and I'm Monita Rajpal in London. Thank you for joining us. We'll update you the news headlines in just a couple of minutes right here on CNN.